Hello, what is up? So, I was playing Pirate Yakuza, so there's a few things I noticed on this, so I thought I would make another video because I played it on DLSS 4 and FSR 4 using obviously the 4090 and the 90% XT. So in terms of detail, I found it to be pretty much the same on the FSR 4 and DLSS 4. So this is a DLSS 4. The main thing I've seen in the differences between the two technologies is the stability. So once again, it seems to be, in certain games anyway, where the stability is just better on the DLSS 4, much like Spider-Man. So I think that is the main difference in this game. And what I will say about this Yakuza, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, I think there's been a visual downgrade when I'm looking at previous Yakuza games in terms of lighting and just certain parts of the game where I'm looking at certain characters with the hair quality, and all that's never been great anyway with hair quality, but then it's basically, there's definitely a difference when I'm comparing it to previous games like Lost Judgment. I thought that looked pretty good with the graphics, although there's again certain parts of the game hair quality is bad, but then when I'm comparing it to Infinite Wealth, Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name, that spin-off with Kiru, I actually felt the lighting in that game looked really good, the visual fidelity. And this one is just not that I always think they put the effort in, but it's like they've tried to add new sort of effects in the game, like they've put reflections and there's new like lighting in the game, but it looks pretty much broken in certain parts of the game, in certain cutscenes where it looks a bit orange and it just looks a bit oversaturated. So that's the same on AMD and Nvidia. I didn't notice that too. I mean, well, I did notice it in Judgment because the HDR looks a bit washed on that. I remember playing that on the, I played it on the XTX and the 4080 actually. But yeah, the main difference is especially, I will zoom in at the end of the video, but it's pretty clear to see when you're looking at Majima's facial hair. It's not completely stable on DLSS 4, but it definitely does the best job in terms of keeping it stable. And so after he looks at his phone, you'll see the differences when I put FSR 4.0.2 on. So I haven't really been playing this game properly until last night. All I've been doing is just been mucking about really. Running about in the city 20 minutes to 40 minutes at a time just to level up, and then I quit the game. And it's actually works out pretty well because he feels pretty OP now when I'm fighting all these enemies. But because you can't really get so close and you're not looking at the cutscenes, I didn't notice a difference until I literally played it the other night, and I literally noticed that FSR 4 was actually uncharacteristically bad with the facial hair, because I haven't noticed that in other games. So yeah, I'll be honest, that's probably the worst I've seen it, definitely. So it looks like it's a bad implementation because it shouldn't be that bad, although everything else looks pretty good. But the main thing is when I'm looking at the hair quality on a FSR 4.0.2, so we're looking at it now, and there is a visible difference when you're looking at it. And again, I will zoom in at the end of the video, but that is when I thought, oh, that looks a bit weird. So yeah, I mean, DLSS 4 is living up to the hype in this game, although I mean it is a small difference again, but yeah, he is winning because of the stability of the image. And but then again, I don't think it's the best game in terms of visual fidelity anyway, although I just think they tried to do too much to this game in terms of when you're looking at the lighting of the game. There's just things that are broken in it, but yeah, it's definitely I mean, that is what you'd expect DLSS 4 to win anyway, because they've been working on it for how long, I don't know. I mean, years and years. So I always expect DLSS 4 to have an edge in a game, but as I've said, it's not been working out that way in a lot of games. I'm seeing DLSS 4 looking worse in certain games. Like all the other games I've tested, there's been a fair few. I mean, Stellar Blade is the one that sticks out for me. I couldn't believe that with the hair quality because it looks so good on the FSR 4. But yeah, I mean, it definitely should be winning DLSS 4 because it still amazes me how close it is. That is the only difference in. I mean, it's definitely a lot worse when you're looking at the facial hair on this game when you're comparing it to DLSS 4. But I'm just surprised at how close FSR 4 is getting, and it's literally only been created in AMD's first generation, with it literally being available to the public, to gamers. And let's face it, it's only going to get better. So with the rate it's improving, it wouldn't surprise me if it did overtake DLSS 4 in the future, to be honest, because I'm seeing it's in a lot of games it's actually pretty hard to tell the difference. You know, especially when Nvidia have dropped the ball a bit, got lazy. Jensen's just more concerned about working with Intel by the looks of it for laptops. And yeah, I'll be honest, I think AMD are actually putting in the work for gamers, along with Sony. It's in their best interest to make the PlayStation better for the future using FSR 4. And on PC, it's not like FSR 3 where it's a massive difference. Now FSR 4 is a small difference. I mean, Silent Hill F, there was only a little tiny difference again. So it's just a small difference a lot of the time, and I don't think most people would care, especially when you're looking at the prices. So, because Nvidia is just going to get more expensive. But AMD, now they actually got machine learning technology and FSR Redstone to come in the future, I think things are looking up. So, I mean, for a small difference, is it literally worth the significant increase in price to get Nvidia over AMD? I don't think it is. I know Nvidia Ultras will think it's worth it. As for me, I could easily just go AMD PC and it wouldn't bother me because I know it's just going to get better. FSR 4, so if there is a weakness, I'm pretty sure from what I've seen so far, when you get FSR 4.0.3, etc, etc, it should only get better, much like Nvidia's improved their DLSS over like 6+ years or whatever. I don't know how long they've been doing it, but yeah, I mean, that's the crazy thing, how close AMD have already got when you're comparing it to DLSS 4. So anyway, I suppose, yeah, it is a nice difference in this game, at least. When you're looking at cutscenes, it is less distracting on DLSS 4. But my issue this generation has been, I want to see that literally in every game I play. I don't just want to see it in the odd game and then, you know what I mean? It's got to happen consistently for me to feel the hype is worth buying into. And that is my issue with Jensen and his company. I just feel the prices are far too high for what I'm getting. Nothing else really impresses me apart from upscaling. I don't feel multi-frame gen is great. It could be better in the future, but at this moment in time, it's not enough for me to buy Blackwell. I think Blackwell is crap, if I'm being honest. Maybe people think RDNA 4 is overhyped. I don't. I think there is a lot more to be excited about with AMD when you're comparing it to Nvidia. With Nvidia, I'm not really bothered about anything apart from DLSS 4, to be honest, and even that's not really impressed me in every game. So that's where I'm at. I mean, you get people talking about Blackwell saying how great it is. I think it's, as I said, a 5090, nah. I've shown people the problems. There's issues on Blackwell. to the point where I'll probably just take it back if I did buy a 5090. Or worrying about if you got enough ROPs. I mean, that's another issue. So it just feels like it's too much hassle for something that ain't that great. And I just literally haven't got the patience for it. I mean, I've got a very low tolerance now for Nvidia at the moment that I would just rather not bother. And I will just keep the 4090 because I'm happy with what it's doing. And at least I know with that, there's less power going through it. So for me, we got FSR Redstone around the corner. I just think there's more to look forward to with AMD this generation with RDNA 4. And all Blackwell is doing is giving people disappointment. Worse. The drivers are worse as time goes on. And it's just multi-frame gen, that's it. You get DLSS 4 anyway on older NVIDIA GPUs. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.